Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Yes, indeed. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Sorry for the wait. Your favorite North Carolinians, we are back.
What's happening?
What's up with you, my man?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Just came back last week. Went on a little vacay, man. Quick little well, not quick, it was a week long. Went on a vacation, man. Got on the boat, man, and rocked out, bro. Had me a damn good time, man.
Okay.
Damn good time. My first one. So I think I'll definitely do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, boat. I've done plenty, but 5 is my limit. I can't do no more than 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, I was at in that 5th day, you know, for a couple times. I was like, oh, all right, I'm ready. I can't. Yeah.
I mean, it's
cool though, especially you go with the right group of people though.
Right, and I definitely did. Definitely did, and I think I don't think I really had that feeling. Was like, all right, it's time for me to slide, or I'm ready to get back on land and shit like that. I don't think so. I don't think I would do a Sunday through a Saturday no more though. I don't think I would do that.
Yeah. My thing, and it's probably for me is that my alone, like I need I need my alone time sometime, and like it was hard for me to get that, like, you know, being around the same person or same people you know, for that long of times. It's like you know, because I was like I'm not gonna talk about her, but yeah, I was like, all right, I need, and you know, and we had a cabin, so we had the cabin together and all this other shit, and I just like, damn. But yeah, I mean, then it all depends on the ones you want too, because you know the internet packages is a damn scam and ain't really all that good.
AT&T dog me so bad.
Waste of fucking money, boy.
Dog. I got it right. They say this one on me, the next one on you. So we got that thing expunged.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's good shit, dog. Man, it's same old with me. I'm just, you know, chilling, relaxing, getting ready for the holidays, trying to figure out how we gonna do this Thanksgiving thing, you know, with my have my family come down here with my children and grandchildren, you know, so that's supposed to trying to get those wheels in motion. Outside of that, you know, everything is everything.
Okay. You shit wrong with that bit, dog. Fuck with it.
We ain't gonna wait. We ain't gonna take no time at all. Let me see. Do you want to talk about the Florida State game or no?
We can talk about it, man. I mean, we put belt their ass. Like I said on Facebook, we tomahawk chopped their ass. One time. All that shit, forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good output by the boys, man. I was impressed. I mean, were we supposed to beat them? Yes. But I did have my doubts.
Me too.
Right? I didn't know if the Virginia game was a fluke, and I don't know if the Florida State game was a fluke.
Right.
I don't know. But it looks like we're on the right track, and you know, the boys came out and they did what they're supposed to do, man. So hats off to them. True
indeed. I just the only thing I ask for is fight and effort. That's it, dog.
Yeah, no question.
It. I mean, the season that we've had, 29, 5, and 14. My bad.
What's that?
That's Jokic stats. My bad.
You know, I'm definitely a Jokic fan for sure. So
29, 15, and 14. Wow. But yeah, so that's all I asked for, man. It was good effort. I got, you know, it's rare that we get to really, really pop shit about football to Florida State fans, so I enjoyed that. It's been a while, so you know, hats off to them guys. They had this past week was a bye week, a week off, so not much there. Basketball team play Elon. Me watching that game, I was kind of like, but there, I tend not to try not to put a lot of thought or anything, into though the games against the so-called cupcakes, because I feel like we should always beat these motherfuckers by 50, 60, 70 points and
right, like the rest of the teams,
right?
Exactly. We don't seem to do that.
Not at all. But so but then we went in there and played Kansas and found ourselves down by 20 plus points, and then came back and was at one point was up by 5 and ended up losing in the final seconds. They hit some free throws to seal the game. We lost by 3. So that was a big one for me. I wasn't mad at the game at all. Mad about us even going down 20, but the fact that we came back from 20 on the road, in Kansas, one of the most hostile environments,
right,
was a good sign. And I got a lot of warm and fuzzies from them, just seeing that what we can be when we are locked in and focused, and hopefully that's what we're gonna get. I like the fact that we got these we got a team like Kansas early, so I think that's one good thing. We can kind of gauge where we are and what we need to be and what we need to do to so once we get into that heavy ACC schedule and even into the tournament, there's something we can build off of. And then to watch Kansas go out there and Michigan State's not ranked, but Michigan State is never going to be a pushover team. But the way they beat that's a neutral game anyway. Michigan State might have got killed. They went into Fog Island, so who knows?
Yeah, I agree. I think for me to take side, what I did see, I had to go back and actually watch the game. Yes, it got ugly quick. It got ugly quick. But we stayed the course. I figured we would go into halftime and make adjustments. And that's exactly what happened. This is a team that has to grow. This is a team that has to grow up. I don't know. Fortunate for us, we have enough talent on the team that it doesn't have to be right away.
Right.
And so that's a good thing. I feel like Captain Jack played good. I feel like the role players as a whole played good. We're lacking in size on the inside, which we knew that. Pause. So that's just something that we're going to have to figure out how to neutralize the big man on an opponent. Outside of that, man, I'm proud of what they did, and I'm looking forward to where the season goes, though.
Yeah, I do think we probably will be one of the, if not the fastest team in the nation.
Definitely be up there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited about the season. I can't wait. We got some exciting players, man. We haven't seen. I don't want our bigs to get comfortable shooting the way they have been shooting, though. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't want to see our bigs. I understand having an open 3, but we ain't got no Brady Mannix on this team. To where our bigs are good knockdown 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Jalen, if Jay Washington get one a game, I'm fine with that, but I don't need to see him shooting 3-4 threes a game. That's unacceptable to me. Yeah. You guys on a 2-game winning streak, dog.
Who's that?
Your Panthers.
I will take a shot at that.
Let's get them boys a hand.
I will take a shot to that. No, all jokes aside, proud of them, man. Like you said, fight. The talent is there. We just have young talent,
right?
And I feel like them going back in and putting Bryce in, they're working towards his strengths. Right, they're working towards his strengths, and that's what you have to do to be successful in this league. Mm-hmm. Right, you can't take an offense and put any quarterback in every offense. It just doesn't work that way.
True.
So you had to go back to the drawing board, figure out what he does right. And the things that they're doing, they're not asking him to win the game, right? They're asking him, they're asking him to be productive, some way, shape, or form, and don't give the ball away. He doesn't give the ball away, we win the ball game. Then the defense is good enough to keep us in the ball game, or possibly, take us over the top. And I think that's what's been happening. I mean, we played 2 cupcakes, yeah. But at the same time, 2 wins, 2 wins, man. So shout out to the boys in blue down there in Charlotte. Keep pounding. Got a fan in me.
We are getting back on track. CMC came back and did what he do.
Yeah.
Over 100 multi-purpose yards. But we still find ourselves in some of the same issues, I think, far as in getting to the red zone and then kind of stalling, throttling out. But man, I gotta give Tampa a lot of props and respect, man, because to be in the situation that they are, as far as in missing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and then other players at that, and still competing the way they're competing, it's crazy because they could have beat Kansas City last week.
Okay.
And they played us hard. They played Atlanta hard the week before that, and it's been 3-4 weeks now that they've been missing these guys, but they haven't been blown out by anybody. They've been right there. So man, that's a lot for them. A lot of respect for that. But on us, man, I'm happy. Well, me watching Jake Moody miss 3 field goals gave me so much motherfucking heartburn and everything, and I'm like, it didn't look good for a while, but to come back and hit the game winning field goal was big.
Right.
Man, we're a long way from where we were, and I think where we need to be. So I mean, we probably gonna label this episode compete, because that's all I want to see this team do is compete. And long as we do that, we got a good chance.
Right. And y'all did compete. And I felt like even with CMC getting 100 all purpose, right? I feel like we know who he is. We know what he's capable of, man. He'll get his feet under him, rushing wise. I don't feel like they put too much on him. He was there when he was supposed to be there. I got to give props to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy played his ball Sunday. Brock Purdy played.
Remember I told you that a couple weeks ago? I said that I really gained a liking for him. He's been playing this, and that's this year. He had some bad ones, but for the most part, For the most part, this year, he has been the one consistent.
Well, I can't speak on the entire year because I haven't been watching the entire year, but I did tune into that game. And, again, I was impressed with what he did, man. You know what I mean? I liked Brock when he came out of college. So him coming into the NFL, I can't necessarily say that I've been sold on him, but he's making it. He's going back to that form of how he was, kind of slippery, kind of just knows how to make a play, knows when to make the right play. That's what he did Sunday, at least. So hats off to him, man.
Yeah, I can't take nothing from him. Georgia taking the L. Did you see that coming?
Georgia Tech beating Miami?
No, them taking the L.
Georgia Tech?
Georgia taking.
Georgia taking
the Bulldogs, yeah.
Oh, yeah, to Ole Miss?
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a tight game. I knew it was going to be a tight game because Ole Miss is good, man. Ole Miss is a high-powered offense. You got a high-powered offense versus a defense that can get the job done, and a struggling Carson Beck in the rain at home. Shit, you put all that shit in a pot, bitch. You got you
the weakest link, Carson fucking Beck.
Oh, shit. That young man, I don't know what he's due. Maybe he need to go, you know what I'm saying, step in the booth and talk to, talk to the father in the cathedral or whatever, professionals or whatever. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He did something to the football guys because they are not fucking with him.
I'm telling you, he has had at least 3 to 4 games this year where he's thrown at least 3 interceptions or more.
He got 12 interceptions in 3 games.
Wow. Es terrible. Terrible.
God. Yeah, so it was a recipe for disaster for them, man. You know what I mean? Like that rain slowed them up.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the best run game.
No.
They got young receivers that are one-trick ponies.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't surprised by the Georgia Tech Miami game. I felt like Miami had it coming. Miami been escaping by the skin of their teeth.
They have
all season. And Cam has had to play Superman in all them games.
Yes.
He's had to bail out a bad offense, not a bad offense, but a bad defense that really don't play a full game. And I think it was bound to happen. And Georgia Tech just basically kind of play smash mouth ball on with them.
But that's what they do.
Yeah, you're right.
Stop it.
And they knew it was coming. They told them it wasn't nothing they could do about it. Nothing they can do about it. What do you think about Georgia being like the last team in on the verge of probably being the last team out of the CFP?
Dog, are they deserving of being in the CFP? I mean, we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. But as of now, I don't. I mean, are they amongst the best teams in the country? Yes. If you leave them out of the CFP, will they be probably 35 to 40% of the teams in the CFP? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But the record don't show that, dog. What, they got 3 L's?
No, 2.
They got 2. They still got to play Texas, correct?
No, they killed Texas.
Oh yeah, they did. They did spank Texas.
They killed Texas.
They spanked Texas. You're right. So who's
they got
left?
Tennessee. They got Tennessee left, and somebody else. I don't know exactly who.
That's worse.
I think they closed the season out with Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Have they? I think they played Georgia Tech. They got it because that's.
Well, they got to play Georgia Tech.
All right, so they got Georgia Tech and Tennessee left in, I guess.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens, dog. We'll see how the SEC shakes out. The SEC's been pretty interesting this year.
Yeah. I found it interesting, especially the fact that I mean, Indiana, you only gonna play who you play, who's on the schedule. Indiana hasn't been a ranked team all season. Look like they're gonna go into the to their conference championship game undefeated.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you play who put in front of you.
Facts. What are they in the Big Ten?
Yeah.
So, what are they going to see? Ohio State?
No, Oregon.
Penn State. Or Oregon. Oregon is in the shit. That Big Ten is brutal.
Yeah. And for them not to play a ranked team all season, like they how the fuck they miss Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon.
Don't get me to lie to you.
That schedule is gonna be brutal next year because they gonna have to see all of them next year. You can't. I don't think you could 2 years in a row miss all them teams.
No. No way. Good luck.
Hey, they better do what the fuck they need to do this year.
Strike while the iron's hot. Get the best recruits that you can right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because them teams see you next year, and they just so happen to not make it.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Yeah. Thoughts on Colorado?
What were they ranked?
Oh, I don't know what they ranked. I know they're 7-2, right?
Yes. I was impressed with Colorado on Saturday going into Texas Tech, and Texas Tech making it interesting early, and them forcing their will, man.
They're 17.
That's 7. Okay, okay. So they moved up. Okay. So yeah, enforcing their will, dog. They have. I think they have like a 90 to 95% chance of winning out. Uh,
Okay.
I'm sure a couple of things that have to happen for them to get that 12 spot. But it's
Mhm.
very, very possible.
Yeah, I believe it's possible. They play a bad Utah team this week, 4-5.
Yeah,
Next week, Kansas, which is 3-6.
yeah,
And after that, Oklahoma State, which is 3-7. So,
yeah,
I mean, they have that 95% chance looks very solid.
yeah. What? Speaking of Oklahoma State, what is that young man? And I'm not trying to trash him or anything, but that young man who they claim was better than uh our running back. What is he doing this year?
Mm, let's see. You talking about Gordon, right?
Yeah, out of curiosity.
He got 714 yards, 10 touchdowns.
Oh, okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, good. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, but I honestly, I didn't, I gotta take hats off to them too. I didn't see, I thought that the schedule they had, they were gonna take a lot of bumps and bruises, and they
Mhm.
they made they made it, they made a lot of these games look fairly. I'm not gonna say easy,
Yeah,
but you know, they changed because I think it started out with the what was it UCF or it was one of them. It was the Florida. I
TCU,
can't remember. Huh?
TCU, right?
No. I think it was UC. I think they played UCF.
Okay.
After that win, I was like, I don't know. They look like they're gonna be a lot better than what I thought. Let me see. Um, who did they beat?
Well, they played TCU last year.
Yeah, yeah, UCF. They beat UCF 48-1.
Oh yeah.
Because
48
I
to what?
48, I'm sorry, 48-21. My bad.
Oh, I was getting ready to say
Yeah.
what? What are you talking? Yeah. Okay.
um, because we watched Nebraska like really handle them,
Yeah,
and
they handled it. They handled
North,
it.
yeah, North Dakota State. It was kind of like they barely escaped North Dakota State, and
I'm not surprised at that.
right, they Colorado State, they beat Colorado State pretty good, and it was like okay, and then they went in there and beat Baylor, and then UCF. I was like, oh, okay, these
It's,
boys,
it's the one.
yeah, yeah, took a 3-point loss to Kansas State. Then from there, it's just been a whole, Arizona, Cincinnati, Texas Tech. Yeah, but shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to them boys. Uh, I guess we can move on from sports. We missed last week, so I guess we can jump into the election real quick. The this voting. Yeah, that was pretty convincing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Pretty convincing win. I don't know what to say. I see it coming, seeing it going down like that. I did not. From everything they 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 bamboozled us and it gave us that false sense of hope because everything that you saw leading up to it was like this is going to be one of the tightest ones. It's going to be close. Blah 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 blah, and that was not the case at all.
Uh,
No way, shape, or form.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, man, I'm not surprised at it, dog.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'm not surprised that America's going to show you who they are every time, right? Like that's just how
Mhm.
it works. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. Um, he won, dog.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean,
I mean,
so at the end of the day, you still got to be Dre. I still got to be Reg.
mhm.
That's the only thing that we can do. It, some of this stuff is going to, affect us and, directly, I guess, maybe, who knows who, it may and may not, who knows, but, you know, we survived 4 years of it earlier. So some of these policies and things I'm looking at now that's being said, I don't know. But America's going to get what they asked for. So
that's the bottom line.
America's going to get what they asked for. This whole shit about reparations for people that I guess for them teaching African American history and about slavery and everything in schools, they calling that racial discrimination is crazy to me. But hey, look, this is what y'all wanted, so I don't know. Just saw something about making it legal to have concealed in every state to be able to, be a concealed weapons carrier. Uh, we'll see.
I'll leave it alone for obvious reasons, sir.
We'll see. The only confusing thing to me is, and I guess it shouldn't be really, really that confusing. When you look at the demographic, as far as in numbers, it tells you a lot, and speaks to the whole, I may not be better than you or in a better situation financially or whatever, but my skin is a certain color and that trumps everything.
Well, I don't know about that. You're saying you're basing that off of the outcome? Is that what you're saying?
Some of that too. I mean, far as in because a lot of people vote on, for instance, what's supposed to happen to the economy and how this is going to happen. You'll have white people, Hispanic people, or black people that live in poverty.
Okay.
And they think these tax breaks or these rules or whatever else applies to them when they don't apply to me and you. Me and you are closer to the middle class, than them. But being that, hey, I am blah 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 blah, this
I understand what you're saying. Well, man, when it comes down to the numbers, when it comes down to you don't want to make it a race thing, but at the end of the day, that's what it became, right? Yeah. And I feel like just as an example of black people, if you will, not showing up to the party, man. Let's just call it what it is.
100%. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people. I have friends that didn't vote. I had a homeboy told me he's never voted in his life.
I know plenty of people like that.
And I looked at him, I was like, wow. Like, but and me and you said that probably about a month ago, we maybe a little longer than that. Like, this is probably going to be one of the most important elections that has ever taken place, in all of our years of life, if not the most important. You know what I'm saying? This, like, so, for it not to be taken as serious, and I even took to the stance to say, hey, if you didn't vote, like, we shouldn't even be talking. I'm not talking no politics with you. We don't got nothing to talk about as far as in this election and that shit. Because what are we gonna talk about?
Facts.
I have friends in the Army still. They're still in the Army. Well, I'm my state of residency is Texas, and
so they don't have absentee ballots.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it like, well, did you go ahead and like the election's in 2 days? You can't vote now. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing? Like, but want to complain about the outcome.
America has who they want to have in office.
Absolutely. So hey, sit back, Get your popcorn, as T.O. say.
Get your popcorn ready.
And enjoy the show.
Hmm.
Enjoy enjoy the show. Hopefully shit don't get too wild. As a lot of the stuff I'm seeing, there's like these little clips, and I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, man. I'm gonna hope for the best, but at this point, that's all we can do.
That's it, brother.
You know. While we were gone, Thug was released.
Yeah, shout out to Thugger, man. Shout out to Thugger for being at the crib, bro. That's big. That's major. That's major, man. And the longest standing trial in Georgia history, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to him, man. I'm happy for him to be back with his loved ones, and he's able to eventually do whatever it is that he wants to do, or do what he's great at, which is making his music, and whatever that looks like for him, dog. And
Yeah.
It's solid, bro.
That part is going to be interesting to me. As a lot of people have been saying that the terms of his release or probation is kind of like they almost set him up, which I mean, I guess if you want to look at it from certain angles and aspects, yes, 15 years probation and you're not allowed to do this, all the shit that he's used to doing and accustomed doing his whole life is almost kind of like, I gotta X all that out. So he's definitely gonna have to be on the very straight and narrow.
Yeah, him not being able to go to Atlanta is crazy.
Oh, well, Metro Atlanta, right? Yeah. Or
is it Metro
I think it's Metro Atlanta. Yeah.
That's wild.
So that's still tough though, because I mean that's his. You know what I'm saying? For the most part.
That's where he's from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, being able to travel and still make music is big. So, they still giving him the opportunity, ability to make a living. Not being able to rap about certain things. We'll see how that works. Or even associate yourself with certain individuals or people is another one too.
Right. Right. Hopefully he has the right team around him. That's gonna keep him on track. I'm not saying that he won't do it on his own as a man, but sometimes we all need a little help.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. And sometimes you gotta be able. Sometimes you need people to help you protect you from yourself.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, shout out to him, man. Good luck. What else? Music. Dog. I the last 2 weeks or so, I have watched one of my favorite artists by the name of J. Cole be trashed by people comparing him and relating him to Tyler the Creator. And I do not know what the fuck is going on. I had to sit down and listen to more Tyler Creator. I'm very, very familiar with Tyler Creator.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with his music, his albums, and I it might be biased speaking. I don't know. I just don't see the parallel. I don't see what people, people, if you want to tell me he makes better albums, he makes better songs, some of his songs are better. I mean, we can debate on that. I mean, it's a proven fact that J. Cole has more commercial hits. But for someone to tell me Tyler Creator is a better rapper,
no, I can't agree to that either. I like Tyler the Creator. I have not listened to his latest album. He appeals more in today's society as far as an artist, as far as an artist goes,
right?
Over J. Cole, right? He does. Everybody doesn't want conscious rap, right? They just don't. Right? Conscious rap is you have to be in a certain pocket or certain lane to listen to, conscious rappers. Everybody is not with it. They don't want to hear it.
Right.
And Tyler the Creator, you can't put him in any pocket.
Yeah, right. That's one thing you can't. Yeah.
right? Because as soon as I thought he was a clown, this kid's trash, he drops heat and shows that, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this shit is deeper than what you thought. Like, he definitely has a deeper bag than what I thought, but
Right.
I can't rock out with him being better than J. Cole, like, or compare the comparisons or whatever the case may be. But there is one that you sent me that I heard Rory and Mal talk about as well.
Freddie and who?
Freddie and J. Cole.
Okay.
And I talked to you about it. I listened to what Rory had to say on the topic, and I'm gonna have to agree with Rory. He echoed pretty much the same thing that I said. Like, at the end of the day, is Freddie Gibbs a better rapper than J. Cole?
No, yeah.
He is not a better rapper.
Mm-mm.
Can Freddie Gibbs hold his own? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can Freddie Gibbs be in the same room as J. Cole? Yes. Is Freddie Gibbs' discography better than J. Cole? In my opinion, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But like we talked about, does he have a 4-shield drive? Absolutely not.
Yeah, ain't too many that do. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, but all in all, I mean, I'm gonna still, from as far as on my totem pole of who I think is better, I think J. Cole is still better. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think from the consensus, I heard some say, but I think for the most part, people are saying that, as far as in rapping, it's only a good 2, 3, 4 that you're gonna even say that, okay, when it comes to pen and pad, putting something down and rapping, is J. Cole is almost in a league of himself with another couple, 2, 3, 4 maybe.
Well, yeah, as far as
the discography is where the conversation gets a little okay. Gets shaky. Yeah.
Talent, you cannot deny the talent, right? Mm-hmm. Like the only reason why I say Freddie can be in the room with J. Cole is because he has the discography, right? If you're gonna mention the two, right? Like, we can't just say, oh, just because J. Cole's the better rapper or he has the better pen, that it's just boom,
right
in the field, right? We're gonna go head to head on things, right? I just named 3 or 4 categories. Freddie was, in my opinion, better in 3 or 4 categories. So it's like, well, 2 or 3. So, all of it is debatable. Shout out to Gibbs for an excellent project.
I like it. I like it.
Excellent project.
I like it. Do you believe in industry plants?
Okay, for the audience, explain to the audience what an industry plant is. Let's start there.
So let's say an artist that comes out of nowhere, blows up, and basically it's kind of like, okay, the industry has planted this person, or someone has planted this person in this space. I guess what to make money off of, cash cow or whatever else. Like, you'll have an artist that come out of nowhere and wipe or sweep every major award category, everything. #1 songs, and you like, I don't even like that. How does that song become a #1 song, a #1 hit? And then it's kind of like you almost don't hear from that person no more.
Okay.
Or you don't even know where the fuck they came from, and maybe you do hear from them more. So in this case, let's talk about Doechii.
Okay.
Doechii is nominated for Best Album of the Year.
I told you I listened to that album.
Yeah, I listened to it too.
I was not impressed, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you.
At all. And that ain't her for. Actually, that's a mixtape. Not even considered an album.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It's up for a Grammy, dog. With along with 5 other albums.
Yeah, like I wasn't impressed, and I'm not trying to take anything away from her. She does have some talent, but nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. That's not even one of my top 10 albums of this year.
No
I
way.
I have to look at all of them. It probably, I don't know. To
Yeah.
me, this year hasn't been the best musical wise. I feel like the heavy hitters have kind of taken the year off. I don't know if it's the Kendrick Drake thing that has slowed a lot of stuff down. People decided to,
Yeah.
we gonna, chill and let this, do its thing. Future's probably the only consistent thing that we've had all year,
Yeah.
just because he's put out what, three albums this year. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, um,
Oh shit.
yeah, yeah. And I heard Adoshi and tell that. So I mean, but apparently
Hmm.
she has a little catalog, a body.
Okay.
She's been doing the rounds on podcasts and shows and all this other shit. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, where the fuck Doshi come from? So, you know,
And what is she TDE?
yeah,
Okay.
TD,
All right.
TD,
Where's Ray Vaughn, man? Like
yeah, yeah. Absol, what did you think about Absol? Did you listen to it?
I got midway through it. Um it wasn't as from what I've heard so far, it's not as good as the last one.
Okay.
Um but again, I'll give it a full run through.
I still got to give it a full, complete. I listen to it in segments, but I do. And when I say segments, I didn't listen. I listen to albums from the beginning to the end, and then I pick my songs I like. Like, because I
Mhm.
have to, I want to hear the album the way that the artist intended us to hear it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you'll hear something that you might not like, and then when you listen to the album in its entirety, the way they wanted you, it might go with the flow of the album. You're like, okay, that shit makes sense now. That's why, and now you kind of like the song. So, I don't know
Yeah.
how people listen to an album on shuffle the very first time they get it, because that shit just, I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, not to me. I mean, it's kind of like you taking this book and starting at chapter 9, then going to 2, then going to 4, you know. So,
Right.
yeah, so, but yeah, I got to give his full run through and see how I feel about it. But I don't know. I liked Herbert, so I don't. To me, from what I heard so far, uh, it's probably not Herbert or going to be
Yeah.
better than Herbert. But
I like Herbert as well. That's what I'm saying.
mhm,
Like
yeah,
it might be a little tough to top Herbert, honestly,
hmm,
in my opinion.
yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else in music? We ain't touched music in a while. Did you listen to West Side?
I listened to West Side this morning.
What did you think about it?
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too
Now,
bad.
which one did you listen to? You listened to the EP or the actual album?
I listened to whatever he and Drama put out
Okay, so that's the album, I
with
believe.
Sid Vicious on the front.
Huh?
With Sid Vicious on the front.
Yeah, yeah. Still Praying. That's the album.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And the other one is 11.
Okay. Oh
That's
yeah,
the EP.
I haven't listened to that.
So 11 got 5 songs on it.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to that. Yeah,
Mm.
it's okay for West Side. I mean, do I have to put on a different ear for West Side Gun? Absolutely. Conway cut up on that bitch though.
Yeah, we had that conversation just far as in um I guess deliveries and how things come across as far as in music, to where it's kind of like and like even I was talking to my homegirl last night. We was listening to the Tyler Creator song with Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne. And when Glow came on, she was like just talking about, same thing I told you, like how much she loves Glorilla, but she was like, she talks about the same thing in every song. It has the same cadence and the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like a whole, like her album is, and I was like, yeah, that's one of the things I say about her. But it was kind of funny for me to hear a woman say that. But yeah, yeah, we had that talk. We was talking about for me, West Side is one of those people. Like me, his after a while, his voice is kind of like, all right, I gotta. And I think I told you that when we very first started talking about Griselda, and you was you told me that what did you tell me? You said they're gonna be the next biggest thing or something. Is that what you told me?
About Griselda.
Yeah, yeah. When we was talking about and I told you like I would like to see it, but I just don't think the world is
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You talk,
ill.
yeah, 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 yeah. I truly believe that once upon a time that Griselda as a united front
Mm-hmm.
will be able to make a flip because
Mm-hmm.
that's where rap was at the time. We know
Yeah.
this rap thing, it conforms and it morphs and it grows and
Right.
we know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but I also think they did a good job when it came out. I mean, they did what they intended. The intent was to get um, Bodie and to get well, not Bodie first, but to get Conway and to get Benny out
Mm-hmm.
there. It's not so much working with Ricky Hyde because he's with BSF, and I don't know if Benny really knows how to push that BSF thing yet.
Right.
So I mean, those three, well, yeah, those two have been able to branch off from West Side for the most part, and so I'm sure that's what he wanted, or that's what they wanted. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that for the feeling that for the feeling that they gave, I guess me or they give others, uh, that type of rap is just not going to be at the forefront,
Unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Conway will still bust your ass though.
Oh yeah. Did you see the DDG Halle Bailey thing?
No.
All right, so DDG had his son, was watching his son, Halle Bailey. Well, Haley Bailey was somewhere vacationing doing something, and DDG ended up popping up on Casanet stream with his son, in his lap. It started a whole Halle Bailey went on the internet, social media, and basically said that it wasn't approved that her son be on social media. He had no right doing that. She's going through postpartum and he shouldn't do that to her, blah, 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 whatever else. So the whole conversation started going around, far as in does dad should he have to check with her before he does, something like that with his child, even though she always has the child on social media with her and he does as well. But then
Um.
she later came out and apologized, said she was wrong. She blew things out of proportion. Do I got her apology here? I may not. She said yesterday, basically she overreacted. She shouldn't have brought it to social media. She know that their son is in safe hands with dad, and she kind of made it seem like he wasn't in safe hands. Being with his dad. That he had him on. When she said that, but she cleaned it up the next day. You know, and she said she just didn't like finding out that her son was on social media with the rest of the world.
Well, I can see why that's a thing, right? I can see why that's a thing. I think in a situation like that with somebody with a figure like Casanet or whatever, right? Like and the exposure. I mean, they all have exposure in their own right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think going on a platform like that, I think it is important to talk to your old lady or the mother of your children or the father of your children. I think it's important for them to know that.
Okay. The way they made it sound like she's went on big platforms before and did it, I guess, without consulting him. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, their life or relationship or whatever however they do that shit is it. Now it the way a lot of people framed it, far as in why does dad always got to check with mom when he wants to do things with kids, and mom, and get an okay from mom, but mom feel like she don't have to do that. It's kind of mm, I've been through those things before, and I'm like, hey, I'm a parent. Like I entrust that you got my child's best interest in, and so I would think, or hope that you feel the same way when my child is with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, you definitely that's the intent. You would hope so.
Right.
But we know it don't always go like that. But again, in this situation, on that platform, and not saying anything about Costernet's platform, because he does his thing, right? Like
Yeah.
he's made a lane for himself, and major lane for himself, and shout out to him. But I do think it shouldn't be. In some situations, it shouldn't be like I'm not gonna say tit for tat, but I'm having a brain fart. Either way, is it an asterisk besides certain things? I think so, bro. That's just life.
Yeah.
That's just life, right?
She said, I am extremely upset as his mother and his protector. I'm very saddened about this. His protector. Yeah.
He is his protector.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. I mean, but I also dad is too, I would think.
She's just not his sole protector. She didn't say sole protector. She said protector.
I know you saw the Drake and DeMar DeRozan thing.
Yes.
There's so many different angles about this that's just crazy for me. But I'll simplify it for me. I think Drake did a little too much. Was he in his right? Do he have a right to feel the way he does? I do, absolutely.
As a fan,
yes.
But that's where it stops.
Right. Well, no. I think that for me, does he have a right to be upset or feel some kind of way about DeMar DeRozan and how things went down? I believe so.
Tell me why.
Okay, so looking at all the interviews where DeMar DeRozan has mentioned Drake's name, I understand his affiliation with Kendrick. But for him to say Drake is the only one that looked out to him, reached out to him when he was in his darkest time after multiple family members passed away and he was traded to Toronto. When he said he's forever in debt and nothing but his loyalty to Drake. Drake's son called him Uncle DeMar. I just think for me, and I would use me and you. If there was a third party, if you and that other person was having problems, and I'm kind of in the middle of it, I'm going to remain the neutral party. I'm not going. You're not going to see me with said person that has a problem with you voicing to the world or social media, or whatever, shitting on you. Just like, I would hope not to see the same to you, especially, if I've told you, like, Dre, look, you forever, I'm forever indebted to you as far as, my loyalty lies with, whatever else. My daughters call you Uncle Dre or whatever else. Like, okay, so when this shit is going down, but also as DeMar, I'm going to if I'm DeMar, I'm letting Kendrick know, like, hey, dog, look, I'm letting Kendrick know just like I'm letting Drake know, I fuck with both of y'all.
Yeah.
Don't, I would expect respect.
He did choose a side. You're right.
Right, to not put me in the middle. So that's why I said I feel like Drake has the right to feel some kind of way about it, because it looks like there was a side chosen by him being in the video, him being at the pop or whatever, and he has the right. I mean, he grew up with Kendrick, in the same neighborhoods. They went to high school together, whatever else. But once you, like I said, once you see these interviews of him saying, that this guy was there for him in his darkest times when nobody else was there, not family, not Kendrick, not, nobody from Compton. This one nigga right here that opened the city up for you. His son calls you uncle, all this other stuff, and you're saying you got nothing but, the utmost respect, and, you owe this to him and all this loyalty. So, yeah, I couldn't. It would sit wrong with me, if someone, told me that shit, and then next thing I know, especially you chilling with the nigga that's calling me a pedophile. It ain't too much more things you can say worse than that about a man. I mean, a rapist, a pedophile, some other shit, you know what I'm saying? And got the world, echoing that shit. So It's kind of like he did pick a side. So that's my only stance. And I said I was gonna simplify it, but that shit went a little longer than that. Yeah.
No, that from that standpoint, I'm glad you did, because from that standpoint, you do, Drake. I do feel like Drake has the right. Now, I'll backpedal on what I just said from that aspect. Yes, honestly, I forgot about all of that stuff. Right, but this is true, and I think he's been on air to say, was he on All the Smoke? He was like, yeah,
All the Smoke.
Yeah, he was like, I'm fucking with Kendrick.
All the Smoke, yeah, and I think he was on. Who else was he on? Was he on Club Shay Shay before? No, he wasn't on. It was somewhere else. He had an interview talking about what Drake meant to him and opening the city up for him and all this shit. But these days you can't. I mean, everybody's loyalty is different these days, so he could be looking at it like, dog, look, I'm from Compton. I went to high school with this nigga. I didn't say nothing about you. I appeared in the video. Like, what's the issue?
Right.
That could be his stance. Like, I didn't say nothing about you personally, but me, I would feel some kind of way because no, you didn't, but you stepped over there, so stay over there. And when I see and even everybody, as corny as it was, Drake, doing whatever he was doing at the basketball game, mean mugging, whatever. I mean, we've seen that shit. We've seen plenty of niggas do that shit in the club. We've seen. I mean, as people that want to call that shit corny and say, nigga, I've probably seen a lot of them niggas. Same niggas do that shit in the club. Like you gotta add an issue with a nigga and you just looked at him, mug. You ain't gonna do shit.
Nigga, I watched what's Pimp C say, nigga, the same niggas back in the day that was talking all that, talking crazy. He said, I saw 50 Cent get on the music awards. All them niggas who had people here on the front row sat back and sat quiet and watched. So, yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So you went on well, we'll I guess we'll say this. You're on a vacation.
Okay.
With your significant other, loved one, whatever, and something is said or something is done or something gives you a feeling about some shit that may have happened, but you don't know the answer. But it could be, let's say it was something about cheating or whatever else. All right, you got questions that you want to ask, but you're on a vacation. Questions could potentially end the relationship or fuck up the vacation. Do you wait till the vacation's over, you back home to ask these questions, or are you asking this shit while you're there?
Vacations are meant for good times. You pay your money to have a good time. I don't believe that it is the right decision on a vacation to throw oil into the water. With that being said, yes, I'm waiting till I get back home.
Fortunately, everybody don't go by that rule, but yeah.
No, they do not. But me, if I pay my money, right, and I know this shit can go left, yeah, we're gonna let the good times roll until we get home, and then we can be in a space where, because think about it, I'll take it further. All right, if in a lot of different situations or a lot of vacations, a lot of alcohol is involved. Yeah. In some cases, a lot of drugs are involved. You put those two things into the mix, you catch the right person at the wrong time, you got some shit on your hands. And not everybody fucked up.
Yeah. Fortunately, I've been in situations where that wasn't the case, and motherfuckers had to. Me, I'm with you, nigga. I think I was on. I think it was doing Thanksgiving one year. Motherfuckers just, oh god. But anyway, yeah.
Nah, I ain't doing that, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I will say that I don't know if my mood would be the same or a little being that I don't know, like that.
Oh, like it would eat at you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
But it's
gonna
tough.
pass, but it might eat at me,
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
my mood might not be the same. Like the the most like motherfucker might be able to sense like something wrong. Like
Some shit. Some
yeah,
shit. Yeah, some shit going. Yeah. For sure.
mm, yeah, yeah. What? How do you feel about this getting it out the mud era that we in? Far as in the so I was watching Michael Irvin kid. He did the interview and he was like so you know what I'm talking about. He was basically saying his dad saying that this kid ain't have to bust his ass for none in his life, but in his music, that's what he acts like. You know what I'm saying? He makes it sound like he came from nothing. And
Right.
that's kind of the MO for a lot of kids these days. Even when you talk to a lot of parents, they like, man, like I don't know, like I give my kid the life I wish I could have had. Like they ain't want for nothing. Like I
Yeah.
did these, a lot of the majority of these kids these days got to act like they, grew up without, like they got to get it out the mud, and that's the saying, of course, from hip hop culture these days, music. So, how would you feel if one of your kids was, talking to their friend, acting like, like shit, my parents ain't did shit for me. I had to.
Please. I feel where Mike was coming from, man. I feel where Mike was coming from, dog. Like, Mike basically was saying, man, cut it out.
Right.
Right? Like, cut it out. Like, you're the son of the playmaker, man. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? You're the son of the playmaker, dog. Like, and so I feel Mike, um, I don't know if the right thing for Mike to do was go out there and air his son out, right? Because at the end of the day, regardless, we want real authentic music, or most people want real authentic music or whatnot, right? But at the same time, it's still an art form, and there's a lot of facades that are made up in music.
Right.
You don't know what's real and what's not,
True.
right? Right. You know what I'm saying? You look at a motherfucker like Plies, right? Like Plies rapped about everything his brother did. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it's like I feel like Mike kind of overstepped. I know why he was offended, but you don't have to go. You don't have to go. On social media or go on national television in this instance. You don't got to go on national television and air your son out of shit unless he's specifically like, yo, like at the end of the day, my dad didn't do shit for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like then you defend yourself. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Cut that. Yeah, I cut that shit out.
Like, come on. And even then, but even with me, I don't even know if I would take the stance on national television and air out my kids behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What am I going to gain from that?
True.
Right. If he's trying to rap, he's trying to do his 1-2. Let him do his 1-2. Let's figure it out.
And in some of those cases, kind of like like it's entertainment. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, let it flow.
But at the same time, like hit the response that what is his name?
I don't know. I don't
know. Anyway, I'm not even gonna try to butcher it. But some of his responses to it, it's just like, man, come on, dog. Like we know your dad is the playmaker, right? Like maybe he didn't want that to be put out there. I mean, maybe he wanted it. I mean, it's not like you can hide it. How about that? It's not like you can hide it, but like Mike kind of crippled him, man. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Mike crippled him, and he retaliated. He responded, right? Like a little defense mechanism, man. Either way, I mean, I've never heard any of his music.
Me neither, and I won't either. No disrespect, but you know who Jeffrey Jordan is, right?
Of course, I know who Jeffrey Jordan is.
I feel like a lot of people don't. Because I forgot who was talking about. And they brought up the old, and maybe it was trolling. I don't know, but there was like another reason why LeBron is better than Jordan is because look at their sons. You got LeBron's son in the NBA and Jordan's son somewhere sniffing coke, and I'm looking at myself like, do these motherfuckers not know who the fuck Jeffrey Jordan is? Just because you didn't make the NBA don't mean you not doing your thing.
Right, because he definitely is.
Yes, yeah, indeed.
He definitely is. But but people want to see the second coming of Jordan, and they respect. Oh, hey, well, Jordan has 2 or 3 sons. It's got to come from him, right? Like
Yeah.
this dude is he's still a man. He tried it, didn't work out.
Yeah.
What does he have? Trophy room, right?
Yeah. 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 Definitely
Wait,
have
that's
no.
Marcus.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Marcus Jordan. Well, that ain't his middle name. Yeah, Mark. I think it's Marcus Jeffrey Jordan. But yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
Marcus.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Marcus Jordan.
So
Yeah. So yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the nigga do coke, man. Nigga party.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, he does. And I mean, but that motherfucker ain't hurting for nothing at all.
Mm-mm.
Outside of that, and of course, the legacy is gonna be passed down. But like you said, trophy room or whatever else. I mean, far as in, yeah. Um, I think that's it, dog. We can get to these unapologetic truths. Did you watch the fight night? The Kevin Hart thing?
Oh, sorry, I did not.
It's interesting. I binge watched it yesterday. Um,
I start.
it ain't bad.
I cut it on and then I cut it off because I knew it was gonna have my attention. I
Mhm.
realized something before we started, bro. In order for me to pay attention to some stuff, bro, honestly, it's not a whole lot of shows that I can watch like after 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So PM. So the best thing for me to do is to get after it when I wake up in the morning. Unfortunately for me, I either have some children running around if during the summer, and Blanco ain't taking no shit. So yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. And before we get started, man, Quincy Jones, rest in peace.
Yep. Rest in peace to the
Yeah.
guy. To
They
the
said I saw that thing. It said he had over 50, well, 500 mil and left all his kids and grandkids 71 million apiece or some shit like that. I don't know. I think he had
I
like
thought he split. I thought he
three or four
split.
children.
I thought he split 80 million between 7 kids or shit.
Oh,
Eight
well,
kids.
well, we ain't even gonna talk about it because we done heard two different things. You see how rumors get started and shit. Oh,
R.I.P. to the great one.
yeah, absolutely. How would your life have turned out if you didn't have obligations? Ooh, shit, obligations could be anything.
Well, the biggest obligations would be we're dads.
Yes, so I was going to use that one too.
So let's go with that one. If I didn't have children, how would my life turned out? Bro, I would have crashed out already.
Me too.
I would have I would have crashed out because I would have been trying all different shit, trying to chase money, trying to chase women, trying to chase happiness, trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have crashed out. Though.
I'll probably still be figuring life out, trying to do something. I probably wouldn't even have joined the military because that was one of the main reason why I joined. Like, yeah, I'd be somewhere, I don't know, doing Lord knows what. Yeah.
I don't even want to say what I think what I'll be doing.
um, Definitely having children has put that balance in my life that was needed that I didn't know was needed.
Big facts, dog. Oh my god, big facts. 100%.
Yeah. What is this? How would you feel if your person told you that they wasn't with you for the looks? What they really like about you is you have a likable spirit. Mm.
uh I would be so hurt. I
Baby,
would, my
ugly, huh?
man, I would be so hurt, and I will only be so hurt because of the life that I lived. And let me say, some people might call it sound cocky or whatever, or confident or whatever. I'm just speaking the truth. At the end of the day, I've been told on multiple occasions that I am attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have to be somewhat attractive. You don't if you're a sniper, if you're a sniper or you've been a sniper, whatever the case may be, like a woman ain't gonna she doesn't know that you're fucking cool or you're you know what I mean a pleaser or a gentleman and shit like that. What does she look at? She looked at you 9 times out of 10 for your face or your style or whatever the case may be. Attractive.
Right.
That's part of being attractive. So if you told me, what'd you say again? Because of what and what?
It says they're with you because you have a kind, likable spirit.
Well, maybe, but that could mean that it's just not looks, or the looks just weren't enough. It could mean it, or are we just talking about somebody saying, "Yo, you're not attractive. I like you for this reason."
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a question.
Oh, say it again.
I said I'm asking. Is that person? Are you saying that person is telling you, "No, you're not attractive, but I like this about you"?
Yeah.
You're not attractive. Not
to me. Well, yeah. I didn't. What your looks don't do it for me, but I like you because, like, I'm with you because your spirit, you're likable. Like this is what I like. Like I don't care how I don't care about your looks. Like you ain't the. It wasn't your looks that drew me to you. You probably ain't all that attractive. I don't know. Yeah, I think we all want to be physically attractive to that person, to our person. I mean, at least, you know what I'm saying? Like you for us men, like when we leave out the house, you know, for the majority of us that care how we look, you know, it ain't for, you know, for the niggas really.
No, it's not.
So yeah.
No, it's not.
You know, could you be with a woman who doesn't like sex or sexual things? She does it just because it's something to do to please you, but she's great in every other way. I feel like we've had this one before.
And we've had. I think it's about the effort. I think it's about the effort. If you're doing something to please me, then that means you're trying. If you're making a conscious effort to please me, then that means you're doing the things that I like.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
if
go ahead.
If you're doing the things that I like, then we all right.
Yeah, but for me, long as it don't feel like it's some pity pussy or pity sex, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, like
it can't be that if you're doing the things that I like, right?
Well, yeah, no, because they could do the things that you like, but it's kind of like, let me like I don't want to hear his mouth tonight. Let me go. I'm gonna do this shit, and you know I'm gonna please him. Get this shit out the way.
Well, if you verbalize that, right, you come out your mouth and say that, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Like, of course, don't nobody want that.
Yeah, well,
if you're coming out
to verbalize it though, I mean, you could be in the middle of it, and you know happen to look at them and see on their face like, this motherfucker really ain't here, don't want to be here, but it's just for me to handle my business, and then it is what it is.
Thank God I ain't never looked at nobody's face and they just look like, I don't know what I'd do. That'd be another shot at my product thing. The fuck?
Before we go, how you feel about this fight Friday?
Are you talking about Paul and Tyson?
Yeah.
I think they'll find a way for Tyson to lose.
Okay.
I also think Tyson was 56 years old, 66
yeah.
56 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like, Mike, if you need the money, you need the money. Or if you want the money, you want the money. It is what it is. At this point, obviously it's a gimmick fight, right? Will I tune into it? Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. What not just the fight itself, but it being on Netflix, because I think we probably looking at something that's gonna become a norm.
Is it?
Platforms like Netflix, Prime, maybe even Tubi, Apple TV, all having events like this.
With it being on Netflix, do you still have to pay for it?
That's a good question. That was my next thing. Like, you already got a subscription, but is this another tier, a pay-per-view event that
Right.
you're gonna have to pay additional money to watch?
I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah. All right, man. We good.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to you, big dog, for keeping this thing afloat, man. Shout out to my homies back at the crib. Shout out to my cousin Xavier, man. He turned 29 yesterday. Shout out to you, big dog. Love you, man. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you, man. And just keep going. Shout out to, again, like the home team, my support system. I appreciate y'all. Y'all mean more to me than what you ever know. And as always, mental health is real. Myself and Reg may not be subject matter experts, but when it comes down to it, before you harm yourself or you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Pod on Facebook and or IG or our individual IGs and Facebook, and I can assure you we will get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
All right. Appreciate you too, man. And glad you had a good time out there. Yep. Got to power down and get away from the world for a little bit.
Man, priceless. That part of it was priceless.
Appreciate everybody for tuning into another episode. Thank y'all for continuing to support and rock with us. Love it. Go Heels. Give us a good season. Football team. Let's get these dubs. Who we got? We got Wake Forest and NC State left, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
need both to be bowl eligible, right?
Yes. That'll put us at what?
6 wins?
7. We have 5 now, right?
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, then all we need is one to be bowl eligible. Then.
Yeah. Actually, no. We got 3 games left.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I think we got 3. I think we play Virginia this week, right? Or Wake Forest this week, and then Virginia, and then State. One of them, but
no, yeah, we got Wake Forest, Boston College.
Yeah, Boston College, yeah. And all of them are almost identical records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm shout out to my family. Thank y'all for rocking with me, and for everybody else, the veterans, happy Veterans, belated Veterans Day to y'all. Yeah. All that good stuff. And as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We will see y'all another week.
Take it easy.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.